matter where you find yourself, no matter what kind of stuff is going on in your life, underneath it all, everything's actually all right. You're okay. You have more power than you might be giving yourself credit for. If you have something that's going on in your life right now that's challenging, painful, it's just a reminder to take a little bit better care of yourself. Because you're worth it. You can have this feeling anytime you choose.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you today?
Doing pretty
Well,
dang good.
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. All right, I see you. All right, well, welcome back.
Some good stuff's been happening recently, so I'm in a good mood. Talk about it another time off the show.
oh, yeah. Same.
Okay.
Gotta get my mood light. I always have. I always at the color light. Not surprised.
I can't be upset about that. I can't see what's happening in the chat at the moment. I'm sure we can have Mr. Wizard fix that. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Star Button Live. I am your host, King Anarchy. You can find me on Instagram at king.anarchy. You could also find me on Twitter. You can find me on pretty much every social platform, either under Tones or King Anarchy. Find me on Discord at Tones. Here with us, we have Mr. Hustle Simmons. Is it Hustle Simmons underscore or Hustle underscore Simmons?
Hustle dot Simmons Esquire. There you
go. Okay, didn't know he was a lawyer. And of course, we have Mr. Ryzen X.
I mean, I have been playing.
You've been playing what?
Yeah, the Phoenix Wright trilogy. He's been playing that. He's saying.
Okay. So he's having the same issue that I've been having for the past 10 minutes. All right, so we have a banger of a show. I'm still a tad bit low energy. I'm just coming back from Bandai Card Game Fest. In case you guys don't know what Bandai Card Game Fest is, I'm actually a card game player now. I do play video games sometimes, but not as often as I play card games. Bandai Card Game Fest is an interesting event because it's essentially where you go and you have your national tournaments for various card games that are under the Bandai umbrella. The reason that I'm a little bit low energy, just so that you guys know, is because it was actually rated as, or actually being spoken about as one of the worst events to date from it. So, literally, I played.
Miss Lady Token says you're coming in low. Yeah, hi, Miss Lady Token, by the way.
Hey. That's where it's like auto leveling it.
Yeah, it's video ninja.
So you're using broadcast, right?
Yes, but my microphone isn't going through that. It's literally Video Ninja doing it.
I'm saying, do you have like a certain audio setting going on in broadcast or no? I'm asking a question. Like, I was asking a question.
I was getting like static feedback from the background. That's why I was like, what the hell?
I don't know what you changed, but we all got it.
Me?
That's like Loon changed something, and then because I got it. Like that's why I like made like I got uppercut. What the hell was that noise?
Like, but legitimately, like we both got it because that was why my face just did that, and I just hope that.
I was like, what the fuck? See,
I was just hoping that everybody else didn't get it. But yeah, so Bandai Card Game Fest and cards, and it was bad and tons of stuff. And so, anyway, we're gonna keep it entertaining for you guys today. Anyway, so today we have quite a bit of news. We have some up-to-date information. We want to make sure that you guys are in the know about what's happening in the gaming industry. We also want to make sure that you are in the know about this information because it can drastically affect your gaming purchasing decisions coming up. So we're going to be talking about some things such as, the purchase of EA by the nation of Saudi Arabia, as well as some more of Nintendo's legal BS. In the meantime, before we get into all of that, I just kind of want to start you guys off with a little bit of a question of the day. Okay. So, if you could emulate one game, what game would you emulate? Legally. Doesn't, I mean, let's not worry about legality of it. But if you could use an emulator and have access to one game forever, what game would it be?
Ooh.
One game legally.
That's an interesting one.
I think
Basically a game that I would always want to have with me like through that way forever. Oof, I don't know.
Was that Leona that just gave an answer?
Yeah, she did. She's chilling in the back. She's like, apparently it's Treats. She said Treats the game. That's her favorite game all time. This is because like obviously I'm gonna say like Eric's gonna say Mega Man. But I'm like I don't know, like one game.
Because if it was Mega Man, which Mega Man?
It would likely be like X2 or like 8. Like, I'm trying to think of the ones that are like longer because like a lot of the other games I can like just blitz through like super quick. Like not like speedrun levels, but I can get through a lot of those games that quick. So it's just like would I want that available to be like, oh, let me just knock out a quick like 45 minutes to an hour and a half or something like that. I was trying to think like I was thinking more so like an RPG or something like that, like Breath of Fire 4 or something like that. Cause I love that game, but like, or actually no, I think the game going to RPG for me would be Earthbound probably. Good old Earthbound, Super Nintendo.
I would. You know what? My choice is going to be something that's like hard to find that isn't in a collection or anything like that. I'm going to say Virtual On 1 for the Saturn because unless you own
Non-Ontario Tangram for Dreamcast, OG one.
Well, either one of them, honestly, both of those, because it's hard as hell to find them. Hell, it's hard to find the Mars. I own a copy of Mars.
I was about to say the PS2 one, yeah.
Yeah, I own that somewhere around here in storage, but like, though that series is hard to find, and they didn't make collections for it for some reason. They didn't make it so you can on Steam.
Sega made newer arcade machines, but didn't actually make like a new game for home. It's so weird.
Yeah, so for me, it would have to be something that's very hard to get a hold of. That'd be the Virtual On series. If y'all haven't played it, it's basically a mech fighter. But like in the arcade, they had like 2 joysticks that you would use to control it. Like one would turn, one would move the other way. It was really cool. And it came out on the Saturn, and then on the Dreamcast. And then they made a very niche one called Mars that was on like PS2, but that was like super limited.
Is it similar to like Gundam EX?
It's kind of what inspired the Gundam Burst Fighters in the EX game.
Yep.
That's where
it's exactly what inspired that. If it wasn't for Virtual On, there would be none of the Gundam Versus games. I love that series. I wish Sega would do something with it. Like bring it back. You own the rights to it.
So right now, Starward is a new game that is actually in the same breath of like the Gundam EX series. Starward is something on Steam. It's free.
Well,
Starward, STARWARD. When you see it, you're gonna be like,
"Oh, I've seen the I've seen the clips of this one." Gooner Mech Girls.
I don't really care whether it's Gooner Mech Girls or not. I actually do care what the gameplay is like. The gameplay actually seems pretty cool. 2v2.
Let me see this. Gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, if Loom wants to toss up a little gameplay video or something, that would be.
Oh yeah, no, this is Virtual On. This is literally Virtual On.
I mean, Mecha Break to an extent is also just Virtual On, just a bigger scale too. Like
Well,
all those games like lend their framework and popularity to how popular, even though it was pretty niche, it's Virtual On back in the day.
Once he described what Virtual On was, it made me understand. Like, all right, so this is what Virtual On essentially was for.
Yeah. Although I'd say Mecha, to me, Mecha Break, I feel like controls more like Armored Core.
Yeah, it's definitely has a faster pace of Armored Core, but the like, I guess like the HUD and everything else reminds me of, like
Yeah,
Virtual On and everything like that.
yeah.
Okay, I mean that makes sense.
Oh, speaking of Steam, the Steam Autumn Sale started, so make sure to check out some stuff you might have been waiting for.
Didn't we just recently get a like the Tokyo Game Show or something?
Yeah, there are a bunch of franchises. I think like a lot of the Capcom Sega franchises are on sale.
Yeah, so we could also discuss some of the things that were revealed during number one, the PlayStation Showcase, number two, the Tokyo Game Show. So this way, you know, we got a bunch of exciting stuff to talk about. So Hustle, your emulated game for life was Virtual On, even though we have so many Virtual On clones at this point.
It's not the original. It's not Virtual On. Like it's not just the gameplay. It's the characters. And the characters only exist within that game.
So where are the characters from? Just Virtual On. So you
they're all original mechs that they made.
So how do you get connected to said characters?
Look, the design, the move sets.
So essentially, someone who's looking for a Virtual On of 2025 could play Starward and kind of, you know, feel like they connected to those characters because they like the look, the design, boobs.
Well, apparently, you ain't gonna get the full move sets unless you have multiples of a certain character. Wow, that's a really scummy system.
I mean, you're
for a fighter.
I mean, it's weird.
I
don't know if it's the full move set or what.
I'm reading that in the review. Someone said
I read that too, but I also haven't gotten the opportunity to play the game because I've been playing Dragon Ball Genshin Squadra, which, you know, in order for you to get more characters, you have to star up the characters that you start with. So every time you increase the character's level, you have to that moves you down the season pass bar. And so when you give a character, like say at 2 stars, you know, you unlock another character. Say you star up other characters. Once you hit like 11, you unlock a character. It's weird. So a lot of these companies are using different metrics and different logistics in order to try to make some money. And I understand the need to make money when your game is free. I just dislike the greed that comes out of some of these systems.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Because while sure, it's not gacha style because you don't necessarily have to, you know, roll gachas and gamble. But you do have to, you know, go through whatever. I really don't know.
It's a system in which it forces you to spend money, not a system in which you want to spend money.
Yeah, but I also don't know that you have to spend money to get those copies. I don't know if you get rewards for playing.
That's what I'm reading.
But again, that was one review. It's still being worked on. It's still being translated over from Chinese. So I figure I have it downloaded. It's something that I'm gonna give a shot to. If I could emulate one game forever and just have access to it, I'd probably say it was Final Fantasy VIII. 7 is getting remade like crazy. 10 was remastered or done over a couple of times. 8 was it's like the redheaded stepchild of Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
same thing. Redheaded stepchild, bastard child, whatever you want to call it. It was still one of those Final Fantasies that was cool when it was out. People didn't really appreciate it. The same way that 7 kind of changed the art style of Final Fantasy when it went to the polygons. 8 then drastically changed the art style all over again.
My favorite part though of that was like all the fucking fake Squall fans that came out during Kingdom Hearts. And it's like, oh my god, Leon / Squall, he's so cool. I'm like, no. Y'all hated Final Fantasy VIII. Now he's in Kingdom Hearts, and y'all love him.
So
I don't want to hear that.
Most Kingdom Hearts fans don't even know that his name is Squall.
Because they changed the Leon for whatever
reason.
Yeah.
Well, if I remember, Yuffie in the first Kingdom Hearts game does call him Squall by mistake. He's like, no, don't call me that. And it's like, why are you using a fake name? Like, you're not in Balam Garden. Like, why are you using a fake name? Like, what is going on? This just made no sense to me.
And then there's a weird thing that Cypher's a kid, but Squall's not.
Yeah, it's
what?
we're not getting into the details of Kingdom Hearts because we don't got the time.
We should, you know what? We should have.
I'm gonna be honest.
No,
with
we
you.
shouldn't. We shouldn't. I know what you're gonna say. We shouldn't.
Why?
I'm
What was I
gonna
gonna say?
Completely honest with you. If we had a year, we wouldn't have the time.
Exactly.
There's something about Kingdom Hearts that just, I don't know. We just don't have the time to try to explain it. We don't have the time to try to work through it. We just don't have the time.
Listen,
they
next
released a whatever you want to call it trilogy series with
Final Mix 2.8 plus Alpha 5.0.
right. They released all of this stuff to try to explain this game, and it still doesn't explain the game. They released a mobile game to explain the game that didn't explain the game. So
you're not.
And then instead of making DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 to give you more story content, they put the next part of the story in a rhythm game that you had to buy. You had to buy separately.
But y'all
that's par for
aren't.
the course.
But you're not explaining it fully. How the logic behind the Kingdom Hearts system works. They put out a game. They introduce something in the game. But then they put out the next game to explain the thing that was in the previous game. Then the next game after that explains what was in the previous game that they brought out and changed up and retcon. And then the next game retcons the thing that was in the other game while trying to explain what was in the other game, and so on and so forth. It just keeps going down more and more. They keep explaining stuff, and the next game explains that stuff.
Leona got tired of hearing your bullshit, bro.
Listen, I'm sorry, Leona. You had to hear how
the
Kingdom Hearts exposition goes.
Went on maximum hater. Like, I'm gonna just stand in front.
She's like, all right, I'm gonna get the people an actual show. They're rambling about Kingdom Hearts again. All right, I gotta say the episode.
Listen, yeah. One of these days we doing a full episode on this. Like, no, I'm joking.
Yeah, so Final Fantasy VIII for me. And that's because I enjoy Final Fantasy VIII thoroughly. And
I do too.
A lot of people really didn't understand, like, oh, I like Final Fantasy VII. Why did they go to this fake realism type of Final Fantasy VIII was good, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, the storyline was good, the characters were good, the setting was good. Like, the only thing that I have a problem with when it came to Final Fantasy VIII was that sometimes it lacked that hit where it's gonna stick to your memory and like you're gonna recall what the story was, like how the story went about. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I feel like Final Fantasy, what is that, Type 0?
Yeah, Type 0.
Kind of tried to knock off of it a little bit, but just PSP style.
I mean, the game story isn't finished, or it's been changed from the original. If you read the Ultimania, it's been changed. So I would like them to remake 8 so they can actually implement parts of the story that they wanted to do originally that they couldn't put into the game last minute for I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like higher up orders of like, nah, get it out or whatever. Or conflict between director / higher ups where it's like, I want this in the game. And it was like, nope, we don't.
But yeah, I don't even know who did Final Fantasy.
Wasn't it Nomura?
Director?
Hold on.
The director?
Yeah.
It might have actually been Nomura. No, it was Katase.
Oh.
So yeah, so same one who did 7, 8, 10, Chrono Trigger 6. Yeah.
That's why it was good. You got Nomura to fuck out of there.
Who did 13 though?
13 seems like Nomura, but I don't
know. Nomura is definitely not 13.
Motomu
Toriyama.
Yeah.
So he did.
Katase was a producer.
He that was just his first Final Fantasy. Well, his first Final Fantasy he directed was X2.
Yeah, we out here. Yeah, we've been we've been throwing strays at Nomura, and he's really had nothing to do with mainline series other than just drawing characters. My bad, Nomura. My bad, dog.
Oh nah. My strays at Nomura are going. They're not really strays. So my whole aim at Nomura is the fact that the man takes 10 years, 30 years. But like it wasn't for Final Fantasy VII, it was for the current iteration of Final Fantasy VII. It was for his work with Kingdom Hearts. It was for his work with Final Fantasy 15, or should I say Versus 13.
Hey,
Those are my issues with
Hold up.
Nomura. You about to see if he was part of Final Fantasy 15?
I'm trying to see if he wasn't the director.
Who did it?
Hajime Tabata.
Okay.
He was just an artist.
On 15?
Yeah, he mainly only directs the Kingdom Hearts series. That's like
yeah, that was because that's
That's
his.
his baby.
Yeah, that's his little.
Yeah, he just does the art for the mainline Final Fantasy series.
Yeah. I mean, Versus 13 had its own set of issues.
Yeah, that was a weird. That was
It was
weird.
just
It's supposed
in-
to be part of 13's universe, but then it was like it's not. The 13
Right,
thing was
right.
like a real weird. That was weird. Yo, can we talk about like how that 13 era was really weird? Of like trying to make a trilogy out of it, and then all these other games, it's like, why though? They're like, oh well, it worked for Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, but that's 7. And this happened after 7 was already released and already established as like one of the greatest RPGs of all time. So you can't just like bring out a new iteration of Final Fantasy and be like, yo, we about to do the same thing that we did with the compilation of Final Fantasy 7. And it's like that don't work. Like y'all went into the idea of making it a trilogy off the bat. Not good.
Hey, Coop. So, Coop, I want you to know what we're talking about right now. It's kind of important because you're going to completely understand where my stance is on this one. Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 13. I'm going to just leave it at that.
What, not good? That's universally acknowledged.
No, there are some defenders out there that try to staunchly but then there are video essays on it or the posts or Reddit posts like Final Fantasy 13 isn't really that bad. It's like so it is bad.
So it is bad.
But it's just not that bad. Like come on. Like
I'll put it like this. When I was playing Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, right? They gave me Lightning. And she was like my first 5-star character. I didn't have any other 5-star characters. So I had to use Lightning because obviously a 5-star is way stronger than everything else in the game. So she was like my first rainbow character that I pulled in. And then like when they started releasing other ones, I didn't have ones that were better than Lightning. So I was stuck using Lightning for
I mean, I like her design. I think she's a cool character. Just everything just didn't hit. It's so sad too because 13 has like a dope ass setting where it's like kind of high futuristic and shit.
yeah, visually and audio soundtrack is amazing.
it had a trash premise. Some of the characters were actually kind of annoying, audibly, if not, the things that they did. And
Yeah, but that world design though, fire.
I think the funniest joke I saw about 13 was
why did I have to play 15 to 20 hours before it actually got into some kind of semblance of open world?
right?
What was the joke you heard? E?
The best joke it was like the day after 30 came out because I got Midnight like it's like back in the day when Midnight launches was still a thing. Picked it up,
World.
right? Picked it up, played like a while. I think like 12 hours, and I was just like, where I was online, just curious to see what everyone's like murmuring about the show. And it's like hope this character gets more fucking positive. This dude is dragging me down this whole game. It's like I was like, oh my god. He's like, he needs to go out the way of his mom. I'm like, whoa. I was like, he ain't that bad. Calm down.
But
They
no,
probably
people were
would've
more
done better
forgiving for
just
13
making it-
than they were 8. And I was just like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
I didn't
so-
like that. I did not like how people gave more grace to 13 than they did 8. And it's just like, bruh.
Yeah, that was wild. People were definitely doing revisionist history with that.
Yeah, like 8 was the worst one. It's like 13 exists. The whole trilogy of 13 exists. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all don't get to just whitewash history
But the
here.
thing is, Square Enix didn't care because 13 sold like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. It was your first big Final Fantasy game that was actually a story that wasn't like an online MMO, because like you got 11 and you got
We had 12.
14.
You had 12 on PS2, but 12,
12
12 wasn't the most well received either.
I'm about to say 12 didn't hit, and 9 kind of got passed over.
Yeah. I heard 12's story was fire. It's just the systems itself in that game were ass.
And
I mean-
13, they tried to implement that new combat
The
system.
paradigm shift.
Yeah, paradigm shift combat
Yeah.
system, which the combat system was okay. I totally hated the how they implemented the Eidolon system and what you had to do in order to get the Eidolon. As a matter of fact, that is actually what made me throw the controller through my television.
I mean, it's a cool idea. Like the two, like the what
You
was
get
it?
3 turns, or your whole team gets wiped out because they cast death on you as soon as the fight
Yeah, that was
starts.
dumb.
Like, that's trash. And then you have to figure out what mechanic it is that they want you to utilize in order to like get the
To
item.
break the enemy.
Yeah, so like it was stupid.
Yeah,
never have
one
to
thing
go
I
do something like that again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate that became like a trend of the later games is like that of the break system or a variation of the break system, like for combat.
Yeah. Like why?
Because even in 16, there's a break bar. Like obviously Remake and Rebirth, there's a break bar. It's like 15 had a break bar on some bosses for stun. I was like we don't like. I'm not trying to just build up a stun bar. I was trying to be like I like being strategic at the combat in a way, but it's like okay,
I mean, they're
fine,
still using
fine
break
weakness,
bars
man.
like pretty
You
often.
know what I think it is? What started this trend of like break bars and all that shit? Sekiro. Everybody wants to
Yeah,
have a
bro.
posture type system now.
Break bars exist. That's what I mean. Break bars existed before. We were just talking about 13. They came out like 8 years before Sekiro. No,
Yeah.
A
no,
whole lot of years.
11 years before Sekiro.
Yeah.
Oh
a whole
yeah,
lot of
you're right.
years.
You're right.
You know, that whole break bar system came out. I don't even know what started it, but I just know that they just kept it going. They're still doing it because they're thinking that adds a level of complexity to a boss fight. And
Just
like,
makes the
if you beat a
bosses
boss in like 3 seconds, then you know it feels unsatisfying. But
Even Expedition
Yeah.
33 got a break bar.
true, true.
I mean, because here's the thing. Just make a fire story. That's all I care about. I just care about a fire story, really dope characters that I can grow attached to. Like, combat has to at least be entertaining, but I don't need to be sitting there for like 5 hours on a boss, bro. I'm just trying to figure out what happens next in the story. I'm gonna be real with you.
Well, what about
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
what about running the same stage over and over again for 10 hours until you can finally defeat the boss?
What game are you talking about?
Any Souls-like game.
Oh.
It's literally a whole genre now where they are literally going to just
I feel
punch you in
No,
the face on
that's
purpose.
not as annoying as like
Somebody pops out by surprise because that's just something that they decided was, you know, we'll just throw this one in here behind its wall. So when they walk past a certain point, he's just gonna come around. Gotcha, bitch.
Hey, who hurt you besides all the hidden enemies in Dark Souls?
I feel like that's less annoying than like let's say certain like platformers where there's like a section that just sucks so bad you have to do it over and over and over again or a level like that fucking minecart level in Donkey Kong Country 1. That was ass. I hated that level with my entire being.
I thought you were gonna say
You're
that
making me feel like you are not
Lion
good at
King.
platformers, sir.
Yeah, that level too. That level was ass too.
There is literally it's a PC game that I see on like TikTok, and it's like a platformer, but it's literally torture because it's like the Dark Souls of platformers.
I think
So
he
like
had. Yeah, no, you have that game.
Which
you're
That
walking
platformer.
along, and you got to make
Oh,
certain
oh.
jumps and things.
Oh
move.
yes, I bought that. I bought the game you talk about. Hold on, what's it called?
Oh god.
Level Devil.
Yeah, Level Devil.
That game was fun as hell, but very frustrating.
That is a game that literally hates the player.
But I beat it a couple because you have to beat it a couple times, and you have to unlock certain keys to get the final chapter of it, something like that. But it's fun. I liked it. It was like $3. I was like, man,
I
Level
saw it
Devil.
on TikTok and I said, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. I don't.
You probably found the guy whose videos that I found because I was sitting there like, all right, I gotta try this.
Yeah, no. So the way that it was working for me, it was like, yeah, I'm never trying this. And then I found a guy who was speaking in Chinese. So essentially, he was like speaking Mandarin or whatever, and he was getting tilted because he might have been playing a different version of the game, but it was crazy.
Lame.
It goes back to the old school 4chan days. There was that game called I Want to Be the Guy, where it's like, if you think that game was bad,
Oh god.
just look up videos of I Want to Be the Guy, and it's basically that game, but just to the stratosphere in terms of like the trolling, traps, and everything like that.
I never beat it.
So, I got a question for you guys. Wow, they really knew I was finna troll a little bit, so they just turned my volume down. What's worse? Getting to the final boss on a Sega Genesis game and losing power, or being in the middle of an online game in 2025 and losing internet?
The end of the Genesis game, like,
Yeah.
I don't care about those NPCs I'm in the match with. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, right? Honestly, the Genesis thing, unless we're talking about like an MMO in the middle of raiding and your internet goes out, and then afterwards, it's like, oh yeah, that thing you really wanted, it dropped. Then that's like, it's great. Happy for whoever got that.
Hey, you're gonna be in there next week anyway. Soon a reset happens. Don't matter.
Yeah, but the chances are of it dropping.
Nah, well, man, because I think that happened to me when I was playing. What beat 'em up was I playing? I think I was playing. Might have been Streets of Rage, or it might have been oh god, the Capcom one, Final Fight. Like, I feel like I got to the end of one of those games, and I was like, probably had a couple more hits left on the boss, and just like off, and I was like. All you can do is just like have the most defeated feeling inside in the world once that happens. But like, if I'm online and I'm playing a game, like, unless I'm like in a tournament or something, it's like,
Yeah.
shit happens. Or if I was like in a hardcore, that's why I don't play hardcore, like Diablo, WoW, anything like that. Because if I just learn even lost power, or cat's doing some nonsense and I get distracted, and then character's gone forever, nah, I can't. Kudos to people that do that. I can't do that.
Listen, PS1, when you don't have like a memory card, oh my god. Oh my god. When you don't have a memory card on the PS1 and you're playing it, oh, can you imagine playing an RPG with no memory card?
Yeah, people have to keep the systems on, and then eventually it's
Yeah.
like, I'm turning this off. Like, no!
Ah! All that progress gone, just like that. Can you imagine? Because you know this you know this happened to somebody who couldn't afford a memory card, but they had like Final Fantasy VII or whatever, right? Getting close to the end, and the power fucking goes out, and they lost hours, days, weeks of progress.
Not with the memory card thing, but some similar happened with losing all my progress. This is going back to PS3, and this is why it took me a while to beat Assassin's Creed 2. Had on PS3, playing the hell of it. Was nearing the end, but was about to square up with the Pope. Getting to that part. Spoilers for some reason hasn't played the game after 16 years. Whatever. My PS3 like just turned itself off. It wasn't yellow light death or anything. I'm like, what the hell happened? Boot it back up. All right, this is before PlayStation Plus had the online save backup.
Yeah.
I go on my file and I'm just like, that's funny. Where's my game? Where's my game? Where is my? I lost my whole Assassin's Creed 2 playthrough. I was like 70, 80 hours in, and the whole thing just like wiped off my PS3 hard drive. And I was like, I literally didn't touch that game for a year because I was like, I got so far in almost basically 100% of this game, and my files just gone.
Corrupted.
That would piss me off so much. That would piss me off so much. Or if it's a game that you have to manually save, and let's say you've gone like 5 whole hours of progress, you're like, I'm good. All right, log off, log back on. I just lost 5 hours of progress.
Yeah, the Genesis and whatever Super Nintendo or Genesis, whatever it was, or you run out of batteries on your Game Boy. You see that? Actually, no. Actually, Game Boy's the worst because at least like with at least with a console with Genesis, it's just a quick whatever to turn back on. The Game Boy, you see it dying in front of you. You see that screen starting to fade out. It's like we just gotta get to the next point, man. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Now imagine doing that on a long car ride.
Oh my god!
It's like it's bleeding out.
That's why I asked for that battery pack. It didn't do the best, but it helped a little bit.
That's true. Ironically, as you just got done building the Lego Game Boy.
Oh yeah, that was a cool set.
And it works.
Which if you guys are looking for a Christmas gift for the gamer in your life or for yourself, there is a Lego Game Boy that if you go to Costco, it's actually like $48.
Yeah, if you have a copy, I'll go grab it real quick.
Does it?
It does not play games.
Someone will figure that out. Someone's gonna figure that out. Someone's gonna figure out how to actually put a working Game Boy inside the Lego Game Boy because it is the exact same size as a Game Boy. I had to look it up because I was looking at it. I was like, this looks smaller than usual Game Boy. And then I realized I was like, wait, no, I just grew up. That's why it seems smaller. I was like, I remember the Game Boy being bigger than this. I was like, wait, no, I was smaller the last time I had a Game Boy. So that's why it actually seemed big.
Yeah, here it is. The attention to detail is actually like cool. They had a little like slider, like makeshift pretend slider for the power button. It's got the dials for the contrast and the volume.
It doesn't play any games though.
Nah, there's no electronic. It comes with it comes with 2 little fake cartridges, like a Mario Land, and Zelda Link's Awakening. But they put the detail in it, like so it's like pretend to put the cartridge in and be like.
But you had to build it.
Yeah, and had to build all these cartridges too.
The cool part is
it's a cool set.
The buttons are actually like press, like they press. They actually have feedback to them. Like
the craziest thing is they put like a little rubber like disc under the D-pad, so the D-pad actually moves around as if like you're playing it. It was a cool set. Like when I was putting it together the other night, I was like, they actually went crazy on the attention to detail on this. I was like, that's
and for that price, that's the thing that got me. Because usually, you know how Lego likes to do. They like to like bleed you dry, baby.
Yeah, I think MSRP is $60, but I think it's cheaper at some of the stores like Costco and whatnot.
I mean, if I could play it, I'd get it.
Someone's going to figure that out. That's going to happen. Someone's going to make an actual Lego Game Boy that works. It'll happen.
Here's the problem. You can't, and we're gonna get to it. You can't put a kit like that into a Lego Game Boy because Nintendo is gonna be like,
Like, what
But
you doing
we
there?
know legally you cannot.
You can do it at home. You can't sell it.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure somebody could fit a Raspberry Pi in there that actually.
Yeah, the Pi Zeros are actually like tiny. They could fit each
Yeah.
one of that.
Put a Pi Zero in there.
yeah.
Like a
So
little
It's actually
LED
kind
screen
of
that'll fit.
perfect segue into our tonight we're going to talk about some really interesting news. Number one, Nintendo still has a ton of legal stuff going on. They're still suing Pocket Pair.
They still got shooters.
And Pocket Pair doesn't care because obviously Pocket Pair is coming out with another version of Power World that just kind of like, you know what, we don't care, do what you want. Also, Nintendo has a lawsuit going on versus Yuzu and emulators. So,
Another emulator site, like, because I know they got one of the big ones down a couple like last year.
yes, so Yuzu currently is going back and forth with because Nintendo argued that emulators circumvented encryption and facilitated piracy. The enforcement led to settlements and shutdowns in some cases. But you know, Nintendo got to make all their coin, every penny. Another fun fact: remember how you said that it has little fake cartridges? So remember when you used to blow in the cartridges when you were younger?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that Switch cartridges actually now have a coating on them that gives you a really bad taste in your mouth?
Oh yeah,
Put it in your mouth.
yeah.
Wait.
I remember that happened with the Switch one. People were like, "I'm gonna try and lick it." Everyone's like, "Why you gonna do that?" It's like, because I got to. And it's like, all right. And somebody, I think that same person did it for the Switch too. He's like, all right, you know where we at? Lick the Switch 1 cartridges. We gotta lick the Switch 2 cartridges. You don't got to do.
Why?
You don't have to do it. You want to, like, if you want to do it, just be proper with your grammar. You want to do it. Don't say you have to do it.
What does that prove by
You don't have
licking
to
it?
lick. You don't have to lick game cartridges. PSA, Start Button Live. PSA from your boy Rajan. You don't gotta lick video game cartridges. I want you to know that. I believe in you. Don't do it. All right, moving on.
You know he had the audacity to sit there talking about. So I know y'all are waiting for me to do this. No, we're not. 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 We
It's
don't.
like all my dying fans have been asking me this. Like, we have not. Don't
Like,
don't loop us in that.
if you want to do that weird shit on your own, go ahead. Don't involve us in your weirdness. We did not sign up for this shit.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know it was a thing until he said it.
I'm gonna be
Like,
honest
why?
though. When we were kids, we did some really weird shit.
I'd never licked cartridges.
Have you ever licked a battery?
Mm-mm.
You've never put your tongue
Nah,
on a
I-
9-volt battery.
I like the
I
back.
heard you weren't supposed to.
Me too. But I was stupid, and I was like, I'm not gonna tell me what I can't do. Okay, maybe that was a little weird feeling. Maybe don't do that again. All right.
Nah, do it again. Do it again.
But then
Hustle.
maybe do with other batteries. It's like
The other batteries didn't do
no,
anything. but
only
the
9
9 volt specifically.
Only 9 volt had that spice to it.
I'm telling you, try it. One time in your life. You have to try it.
I'm not
Kids.
doing this at my age now.
Kids, don't do this. I'm not encouraging you. Hustle. Put
I'm
your
not doing
tongue on the 2 posts of a 9-volt battery. I promise you.
No.
It is,
I am not.
It is the craziest thing. It's only
Do you know it
1.5.
is in a battery?
Yeah, it's in the battery, not on the outside. Come on now.
I don't want my tongue near in or out.
It's only 1.5 volts.
Yo, listen. Just because you have a
Bro,
weird thing,
Your
where
tongue,
it's
your
only one
tongue
point.
on a 9-volt battery, bro.
I'm not doing that. No.
One time in your life,
No.
Rajan, you got 9-volt batteries in the house, don't you?
Somewhere in there.
Because you got to have fire detectors, and you got melanin in your skin, and I don't hear the beep going on all day long, so I know you got 9-volt batteries in the house.
high pitched noises drive me crazy, so I can't.
And Tone's like, yo, next week Tone's gonna be like, yo, so what you want to do is go get some jumper cables, right? No, Tone, no.
No, I'm not gonna, bro. I've seen the sparks come off of jumper cables. I'm never telling you to do that. I was a mechanic.
This lady Token said, "I will never sincerely an iPad kid," but you know who probably did? Token.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, probably.
If you ever do decide that you want to put your tongue on a 9-volt battery, you will see that it's like bridging positive and negative, but light voltage. So that's the spice that he's talking about. It's the legit spice. It almost kind of hits spicy.
How many times have you done this?
You need like a number.
Is it more
than one?
Is it more than? Is it double digits?
I don't know.
Like,
oh my god!
I think I
oh
was
my
like,
god, bro!
I think I was once or twice. The one time to do it, and then I was like, wait, and then like, because your brain doesn't process, like, wait, did that actually happen? Then did it again, and then I didn't do it anymore after that. So how many times are we talking?
I don't know.
You've been doing this multiple times then.
Yes. How many times have you smelled gasoline?
When I'm at the gas station and I smell it from outside.
Yeah, I think he means like get a quick,
No!
like close up puff.
No!
Never,
Bro.
I don't have gasoline. You have gasoline?
smells good.
He's like, I gotta forget a lot. By inhaling the shit that will kill me if I inhale too many vapors.
Let me guess. Hold on. Let me guess.
We scare the people. All right.
You hold on. No, because now I need to ask this question. You were inhaling them big fat ass markers that we had in school that you're not supposed to fucking huff, right? Oh my god, yo!
What was that brand called when we used that Cedarburg?
I never actually had the markers.
The big thick ones.
The big
The
metal
square
ones.
tip, right?
Yeah,
And,
because they weren't Sharpie. It was a specific brand.
The big
That
metal
shit
ones. I know what you're
stinks
talking
so
about. I've
bad.
never
Oh
had
my
those.
god,
That didn't stink. What you bugging?
it stank. Hold on, let me see. Now I gotta look at this. Now I gotta look this marker up.
And I ain't huffing gasoline out of no container. Just no. Not the scent markers, not Centos. They do not have a actual scent. They smell like
not
chemicals.
those.
They smell
good.
like
Those
when you
actually
pop the top
like,
off.
The
it hits you with
design.
a-
The
You know what
ones
I'm saying?
designed for like the big permanent markers. They had the little
They were
angled-
metal
They
markers.
had the little felt angled tip.
the Sanford King size markers. Those joints
Let's see.
with the because they had the stripe.
Yeah,
stripe bodies on them.
exactly. That silver
Yeah, that's
industrial.
it. Yeah,
fat mark.
Look up Sanford King size markers. Those.
Yep, those joints, bro. Those definitely killed brain cells. There's no way.
But
I
I'm
knew
going
a
to
kid.
say that I've never actually been. No gasoline, no markers. Never. It's just kind of one of those things where you get the hydrocarbons coming out of the gas tank, and you don't go close to it. It's kind of like it smells like gas. Gas kind of smells good, but also remember, I was a mechanic, so as a mechanic, gasoline is actually good at cleaning things. So sometimes you kind of wipe things down especially when gas spills.
Don't be sitting there.
You've never changed a fuel tank? I mean, maybe that's not something that everybody has done in their life, but
I'm just sitting there in the garage, just like, feeling woozy and shit. Just,
Poop, you are absolutely
the fuck,
right. The tip would
dude?
break before the marker ran out. All right, so when it comes down to Power World and its patents, Nintendo has actually been designing a whole ton of patents, like a shit ton of patents that go basically to say we did it first, nobody else is allowed to do it. They've been aiming these patents directly at Power World. They actually even have patents that could take other games such as Digimon and Temtem out of the running as well. They don't want any more creature collecting games. They want Pokemon to be. To me, it sounds like a cop out, and like they don't want any competition because
They don't.
anybody else can do it better, and they refuse to allow Game Freak to do it better. So Nintendo claims that some capturing and fighting mechanics infringe on patents, and this is a patent dispute. But the thing is that these patents didn't exist before Nintendo just recently filed them.
Very convenient.
Right.
All I'm
Nintendo
saying-
has steadily been filing patents and making sure that they have the trademarks or whatever over the course of this legal battle. So the more patents that they file, I think the more that they're going to be taking away from the content that can be added into additional games. And we got Digimon Time Stranger coming up, or whatever it is, Cyber something.
Cyber
Time-
Story Time Stranger.
Time
Yeah.
Stranger. Yeah. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I want to play that game, like full on. I've never played a Digimon game before in my life, but
I have Cyber Sleuth. I got it on PS4. It was good. I did like it a lot.
Everybody keeps telling me it was good. I was never a Digimon kid, but right now I want to get into Digimon more than I want to play like a Pokemon. I know a new Pokemon game is coming out in October too, didn't it?
Yeah, Legends ZA.
Legends ZA, and guess what? I am more interested in the Cyber Sleuth than I am in Legends ZA, and that's, to me, growing up being a Pokemon kid, even though I was like 12, it still is almost like blasphemy because I've grown up on this franchise. This franchise is all that I've known. You know, I could never.
You didn't watch Digimon?
By the time
What?
by the time Digimon came out, because Digimon came out after Pokemon. So by the time Digimon came out, I was already like 14, 15 years old.
Oh, yo, you need to go watch Digimon. That fire ass anime. That's wild. Digimon is dark as hell. Like, people legit die in that show.
Yeah.
Like, I remember talking to him. We're like in elementary school. Here, they were like,
I
"No,
No, we were
bro,
in middle
it's
school.
such and such." That was crazy.
No, we were
I
in middle
didn't-
school at that point. It came out in 99.
Oh yeah, middle school. Yeah.
I didn't really watch Pokemon either, though.
Eh.
I played the first game when it came out because I had a Game Boy. So I never really actually watched the anime of Pokemon.
I mean, I
It
watched
wasn't my
it
thing.
until middle school. Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon ruled middle school, like as far as popularity goes. But like,
Yeah.
Digimon anime was way better. But the problem with
Yeah.
Digimon is, like, when you compare the animes, Digimon anime is way better. But they took so long to start getting good games.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even the first decent game, Digimon World 1 on PS1, ain't really that good.
But it wasn't. It was alright, but it's not. It was not Pokemon. It was not being compared. It couldn't compare to Pokemon.
Yeah, Digimon video
That's
games
the thing.
didn't get going, honestly, till recently,
Cyber Sleuth.
past 10, 15 years.
Like, yeah. And it's sad because there is a lot of potential there. Because Digimon itself, the amount of like crazy shit that's in that is like insane. Which is weird. It's weird too because Digimon is way bigger in Japan than it is in America. Like, stupidly big in Japan. I've seen so many Digivolutions that I didn't know existed, but they exist in Japan because they've actually kept up with Digimon over there. Like, I think they've had like how many series? Like 10 series by now.
Something
Like, they
that.
kept
And
producing-
Then they released the new movie tie-ins for their first for the first series and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
There are tamers that become Digimon.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
They talking about season 3.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
yeah. I
season
thought that was
3, and
only,
then
like-
no, it was that was their 5 of their Mega Evolutions, but then 4
Yeah.
Frontiers, and that's where it had the
Tamers
Bird,
start fusing with
Bird
Digimon.
Digivolution and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And all of that is actually put into the card game too.
Oh, there's a new Digimon anime coming out in 5 days.
Hold up. Let me go look at that.
Digimon Beat Break. Talking about Digimon, I was curious.
Yes, we did
No,
see
this
that a
looks
lady.
fire.
We did see that a lady won the Mortal Kombat tournament 5 days after giving birth while her full.
Oh yeah, while holding the baby, like she came. I love how the commitment to she had
That was
to
wild.
give him those hands right after having a baby. I was like, it's a beautiful thing.
My thing is, if you get on a big stage, you don't pass up that opportunity. I don't care if you big belly pregnant.
You know, whoever she fought thought he was gonna win that shit too. He's just like,
I bet you she scheduled her
focus on her
C-section
baby.
to make sure that she was out of the hospital by the time that tournament came up.
yo, game is life, bro. Well, if you're in a tournament, I assume she's also a pro Mortal Kombat player, so she's getting paid to do that. That is her job, literally.
It depends on like where sponsor paid her or what the actual prize turnout was.
Correct.
Like if
You can't.
it wasn't that big of a prize, then it's like maybe be home.
But
That's crazy. The kid gets to go back and see that like their mom whooped somebody's ass while holding them. That's wild.
So if you were an indie dev, would you actually be worried about making a monster catching game, knowing that Nintendo is out here hunting so hard for a small company like Pocket Pair?
Yeah, I would honestly.
Right now, yeah.
Like, could you see yourself landing in Nintendo sites? And if you landed in Nintendo sites for making a game, and not even using their systems, but just making a monster catching game, if you landed in Nintendo's crosshairs, what exactly would you do in order to try to get around that whole legal logistics? What can Pocket Pair do at this point?
Pocket Pair has the resources to actually fight Nintendo, especially because they still had that partnership.
The thing is, with patents, like Power World already exists, so even if they get new patents in, you can't retroactively they can't retroactively like seek legal damages for stuff that already exists if the patent wasn't filed yet. But the problem is, moving forward in the future, everyone's gonna be like, I'm not trying to deal with big Nintendo like that, so I guess we ain't making monster catching game. But I think that's really just gonna stifle the creativity. I don't think people.
Yeah.
I think people are just
gonna kill the genre.
That genre is just gonna be avoided in general. I mean, there's gonna be workarounds people figure out, but if Nintendo just keeps rapidly firing off random patents they think of, like adjacent features, everything like that, then it's gonna be like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'll just make a roguelike game because I can make a roguelike. Yeah. I can make a Dark Souls clone.
This
this
hurts the industry. It does not help it at all.
Do you think this could kill Pokemon?
Honestly, it could, because here's the thing: if you don't have an incentive to make a better Pokemon game, right? Eventually, people will get tired of having bullshit shoved down their throats. And if you keep doing other things alongside putting out a mediocre game, like pricing your system too high, the games being too expensive, what have you, you can see sales drop drastically across the board in terms of like for future games, even consoles. This doesn't help Nintendo either. That's the thing that like I don't think Nintendo understands, because Nintendo is run by a bunch of old, out of touch people. That's the thing. It's not run by Nintendo's not run by young people. It's run by like very old school. We have to protect our IP as much as possible, so nothing that even looks close to it can get close to it, instead of just like, dude, just make a good game. Like, yeah, Power World exists, but it's not Pokemon. You could have just made a good game. You could have made a good quality game. If the next Pokemon comes out and it's like, oh, this is fire, this is amazing, this is like the best Pokemon ever, that is going to sell you no matter what. People will buy a great Pokemon game over any other indie title that could be a mediocre version of that. Just make a good game.
Would you buy a Pokemon game that
actually what?
Dabbled in realism?
Yeah, I would. If it played great and had a great story and looked cool, like, how you talking about, like let's
like
say
a realistic looking Snorlax.
Yeah, I'd play it.
I mean, look how they did with Detective Pikachu to make something like look more realistic. I guess I could say
that'd be dope.
That was well received.
That'd be dope. I would actually love to see that. if someone did that, because apparently didn't they also do this for like the Pokemon Zeta A promo where they had like realistic versions of Pokemon? Because there's the thing with the Victory Bell that apparently was an official Nintendo thing. That I don't know if y'all seen that the video. The there's like a horror, almost like a horror type Victory Bell thing. But that apparently is an official Nintendo promo. If they do stuff like that, I would play it in a heartbeat. I want to see what the world looks like in a realistic setting where the monsters are fully detailed and stuff like that. Like that would look cool. Cause look at the transition of like Monster Hunter. Because Monster Hunter did have like a kind of stylistic look to it, and now it's got a more realistic look to it. And it's so cool to see all the monsters that we love have this nice, crisp, full detail to them now compared to like the older games.
Yeah,
Why not do
compare
that
like how
with
Rathalos looks now to like in Freedom Unite or Monster Hunter 1.
Yeah. Yeah, oh my god. When they did the side-by-side comparisons of like that generation to World, it was night and day difference in terms of like the detail and like how
World-
terrifying the monsters look now.
World, Wild, just, a Rajang now, when he shows up, he looks like he's going to mess you up.
Yeah. He looks like a like a full beast monster. Just yeah. I love it. I want to see that with Nintendo. Like, take risks, dude. Like y'all Nintendo don't like to take risks. Well,
That
they
was
no, they do sometimes. In
I
terms of
think
like
I think the problem is I think Game Freak is, as they've shown with that new game coming out, Game Freak would like to do some other stuff. Because can you imagine how a Pokemon game would look in that engine for that like Soul, like Monster Hunter-y, Souls, like whatever action adventure RPG game it's gonna be? Can you imagine Pokemon like in that kind of engine, like designed around that art style? I'm blanking. What the hell is that
play
game
the hell
called?
out of it.
I'm blanking on the name. They showed it a couple months ago. Beast of Reincarnation coming out next year.
Yep.
I think next year is going to be a banger for games. It's going to be really tough. But we tend to get that every like 2 years. Now, let me ask another question. So, not earlier today, but like I recently said that sometimes oppression is the cause for innovation. And with the way that Nintendo is oppressing Pocket Power right now, they can innovate something brand new. Do you think that all of these patents are actually helpful for micro brands, or do they kind of handcuff innovation? Like, do you think that somebody could come out with a brand new system? Like, I mean, how many different ways can you capture a monster? How many different ways can you store a monster and then show to release? You're not going to be walking around with a cage because then that looks like cruelty. So having a capsule and having that, befriending system and taming, like, it was a good idea. And honestly, them using and kind of putting a patent on Pokeballs, like saying that a capture container is something that they patented, not just the Pokeball. Like, I understand if they had a patent on Pokeballs. I understand if they put a patent on different, like some other different things, but fly mechanics, world traversal, really.
Then the Reitman family needs to sue Nintendo because they captured that. They stole it from Ghostbusters.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some of these capture mechanics, like to say that you put a patent on ways that things are caught feels odd, and it also feels anti-consumerist. It feels anti-friendly. It feels anti-everything to me.
But here's also a thing too. It's hypocritical.
Absolutely.
Because they weren't the first ones to do that. Atlas was with Shin Megami Tensei. If anything, if we want to play this little petty game of like who did what first, right? Atlas should have sued Nintendo a long time ago. Atlas should have sued Nintendo the moment that Pokemon came out and been like, wait, no, we did that first. Y'all copied us. But they didn't.
Since when do they patent game mechanics?
It should not be allowed. I don't think you should be able to patent a
understand-
game mechanic.
I understand trademark violations, but patenting a game mechanic feels odd.
It's gross.
especially in a space of art and free speech. Like,
Yeah.
that's like saying that I patented how you stroke a brush.
And here's the cool part about that, though. Because they're patenting game mechanics, specifically built around capturing monsters, battling with monsters that you capture, and riding on monsters that you've captured and that you own, right? Let's say Nintendo tomorrow is just like, no more Pokemon games. No one can do anything. It's the Nemesis system all over again.
The Nemesis system.
WB patented the Nemesis system, then made no more games using it. No one else can make a Nemesis system. No
And
one
now
else
it's
can
in,
use.
and now
Nemesis
it's in
system.
trademark limbo for what, another 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So the thing about patents is that patents expire.
Mhm.
Trademarks may or may not, but patents do.
And here's the thing, though, too. Because of what happened with the whole Nemesis system, and how no one else can use it, that stifled so much creativity in the game industry. You could have had an Assassin's Creed that used the Nemesis system. Do you know how cool that would have been? If your assassination targets could come after you
But the
for
thing
killing
is,
off one
like,
of their generals?
how
Or
do
if one
you-
of their generals starts hunting after you because you killed their leader. How dope would that be?
See, I think there's ways around that. The problem is that the Nemesis system in the WB game, it was different because not only did they come after you, they also learned and they matched whatever playstyle that you used when you killed them first.
Yeah, they'll then be strong against that. Like if you use
Right.
fear against them, then they're immune to fear tactics or they're immune to range attacks. If you did like
Yeah.
a assassinating with the bow, and it was such a cool system. God,
Yeah, it was an
Very ahead of
intricate
its time.
system. So, but you could have someone hunting you down in a game, and you could use somewhat of a nemesis system as long as you don't utilize the exact nemesis system, because obviously that was a system that was developed in house. So I understand them putting a patent on something like that, but to say that they can't do anything like that in any game, that feels a little wild.
Imagine how cool that would be in like a Marvel game or a DC game.
They could.
That would've
definitely
been
put that in
fire.
something like that.
In a Arkham style game where like you beat up like a couple of thugs and then that happens, they get stronger. Like
not even that. Can you imagine in the Batman game that did that, and then it made it one of Batman's like lower tier rogues? Like you take some people out, then Zaz tries to jump you or something like that.
yeah,
Like there's so many things you can do with that in the Batman game, or any like superhero. Like the Nemesis system will
Batman,
lend itself
Spider-Man.
super well to a superhero like property of almost any type. And
I mean, as long
can't
as you
get that.
have like a boss and then underbosses, those underbosses can keep coming back. Those underbosses can keep giving you a different challenge.
Yeah, like imagine in a Spider-Man game, you have Norman Osborn, then he's got underbosses under him, and like
yeah, like Hobgoblin or something like that. Like
yeah, like
he
I
hires
would say,
Hobgoblin.
I would say that like Osborn or like Hobgoblin, Green Goblin would be like the underbosses, and the big boss would be King.
No,
Yeah.
I would say there'd be factions. So like Spider-Man, for example, like you got your big bosses, like Norman, you got the Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Kingpin. Those are like your three like main big bosses. But then other than you got like Tombstone, or you got like Scorpion that usually works for Kingpin, or like Mysterio, like that usually get hired around. Like usually all these ones like aren't like the big bosses. They get hired by Kingpin or hired by Osborn, or Doc Ock gets them together to do Sinister Six. There's so much stuff you could do in a system like that for Spider-Man or Batman, like because it lends itself to that well. Because they out of the biggest like superhero characters in comics, they have the most diverse roster of enemies they can fight.
It's crazy.
and they could in like the underbosses could take on the traits of that said faction and shit. So like
You
if
said
it's
Naruto with a nemesis system. First of all, could you imagine
happen too.
The Akatsuki being a nemesis system? And if you kill off one member of the Akatsuki, they just bring another member to replace it.
That'd be and let's be real, the Nemesis system lends itself perfectly to Dynasty Warriors.
Yes.
That right there would be a game changer.
The problem is with Dynasty Warriors, it's based on history.
Yeah, but if it's but here's the thing: if it's just a rant, not counting the obvious like historical figures, right? Let's say a regular soldier has the chance to become a problem for you later on down the line in another battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the lieutenant like
Like a
barrels
lieutenant.
down on you on a horse and like jumps you.
Yeah, I can see that.
New
Especially
armor, new
especially with the
weapon.
new Dynasty Warriors that just came out. The new Dynasty Warriors is fire. I can see
And
that.
they're
I still have to
and
get
they're
that.
and they're doing a full remake of 3. That was one of the things we didn't get to talk about, like announcements of like stuff of the Tokyo Game Show and the state of play thing. That got me hyped. I can't wait.
I guess we have to rush on through because we can touch on that for a second while we're on games. So yes, bringing it down, state of play. They did announce Dynasty Warriors 3 remake, which is one of the greatest Dynasty Warriors games of all time. They also announced Wolverine. Anything else that kind of brought you like, yo, this is it from Sony or from anything in the Tokyo Game Show that like stuck with your memory?
The Saros, which is a pseudo Returnal sequel by that
was
studio.
good. That looked good.
Yeah, like I said, the Dynasty Warriors 3 remaster, which was a complete out of nowhere like announcement.
Great surprise.
Had no idea that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Wolverine trailer finally getting it. I'm happy the rumors were true, so we finally got to see it.
God, that was violent.
And they did say that they didn't want to go as gory, and I was 1,000%. If they didn't, it would have been a miss. I think that if they went any direction but bloody, it was a miss.
They might have beat the original that one Wolverine game, because that had crazy executions in it too.
Bro, when he uppercutted that dude, and then the claws came out and went through man's face, like, and out
I was like, oh my god!
I was like,
yeah, there wasn't really that many other crazy game announcements. Like we got a lot of release date confirmations, like Code Vein 2 and Nioh 3. With the Final Fantasy Tactics Chronicles, which just came out yesterday. The Tactics remaster just came out.
There's nothing like crazy though.
Yeah, I mean, I get to play Mega Man and Sonic Crossworlds coming March, so that'll be cool.
I gotta pick up Crossworlds.
It's a lot, by the way. That's a lot of fun. If you are not digging Mario Kart and want some kind of kart racer, Crossworlds is really good so far.
It's already out?
Yeah, it came out last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I downloaded it last Wednesday. And it's good.
What was that last Wednesday? I don't remember. So anyway, yeah, that sounds like a lot of good stuff. So if you guys haven't looked into the Tokyo Game Show, if you haven't looked into some of the trailers, I would definitely recommend checking out a YouTube video and making sure that just hit the and see if there's anything that you enjoy. Now we're gonna move into the big business. Well, the next order of big business, since we only got a little while left. I want to touch on this. Now we all know that EA was a publicly traded company. EA was actually something that was on the stock market. It's been around. It's a long-standing company for sports games, adventure games, like Star Wars. They've had exclusive licenses. They have a deal with the NFL. But recently, there was a breakdown and there was, changes. So now EA has basically been bought out. So they're going private, and they have been bought out by a private company, basically new owners. So it's essentially the nation of Saudi Arabia. Let me see if I can find the exact name of it.
It's like a joint venture between that and a company owned by Jared Kushner.
It's a private equity firm's Kushner's financial Holdings, whatever it's called, and effectively the government started. It's the same sect Saudi Arabia that bought part of like SNK. That's like
Mhm.
owns part of SNK and stuff like that.
So it's called Public Investment Fund, along with Silver Lake and Affinity Partners, which is Jared Kushner's firm. So the major buyout was essentially Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, who also owns Uber, Silver Lake, and then Jared Kushner's studio. So, or his firm. So essentially, that means that EA is no longer going to be a publicly traded company. This deal was done, I believe it was $55 billion. Yeah,
Yep.
it was a $55 billion buyout. And so $55 billion is a lot of money. I don't know where I don't know where this company or this group of companies is planning on going with it, but I do know that they said that they were interested in getting into esports.
Yep.
Remember that esports is also supposed to be in the next Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, I think Saudi Arabia in general is trying because with we're talking about it off the show for a little bit, but I think so they're really trying to get Riyadh to be in like entertainment like capital of the world, whether it be like
Yep.
UFC's got a partnership with TKO in general, so WWE, UFC a partnership with them buying SNK and now part of EA. Who knows? Maybe they might try to build like an esports arena, like how they used to do in like Poland and like Ukraine
South
and like,
Korea, I believe, has an esports arena too.
yeah. So I think they're trying to like add that. I think they're trying to like get into all these different entertainment avenues. So like, hey, come to Riyadh and check out all this. Because like WrestleMania, not next year, but the following year is going to be Saudi Arabia for the first time. I think a couple of the big UFC numbered events are scheduled to be there next year. So
There's that boxing event that's supposed to be there too.
yeah, there's supposed to be a big, not celebrity, like there's supposed to be one big like boxing championship match like going on. So yeah, like this kind of goes in the line of them trying to like cover all these different entertainment mediums to bring people there.
Okay, that actually kind of makes a lot of sense because if they're trying to become an entertainment capital of the world, then or an entertainment hub, then obviously you would want to bring more things that would cause people to want to further invest into your vision. Now, the one thing I can say is this: so while this may not be good news for many logistical reasons as far as Saudi Arabia, however people feel about different things throughout history, it could be a good thing because now that means that EA is no longer going to be a publicly traded company; it's private, which means that you no longer have to worry about investors. You no longer have to worry about sticking to business earnings. You no longer have to worry about kind of going the safe route. You could essentially forsake microtransactions because you don't have to worry about metrics on how you're making money. You put your money down, and again, you still have to make money, obviously, because you don't want this to be a loss. But when I'm saying microtransactions, you can take more risks. You don't have to worry about some boardroom of people saying, I don't think this works. This has not been successful. Or why don't we just stick to the same game that we've been doing for the past 20 years because it's made money? Or, you can take this game that was great, and what you do is you pepper it with some microtransactions so we can make more out of it. Sure, you're still going to get microtransactions. That's probably going to be a thing because that feels like the way that the gaming world works now. But if that means that EA could take risks in some of their franchise, more risks, and kind of afford to, be a little bit more risky, be a little bit more adventurous in some of the things that they create, what franchise would you want to see EA taking more risks in?
Titanfall.
One of the first things that I saw when I read anything about this was, oh, good. Hopefully the Saudis are fans of Titanfall, so we can ask them to finally release Titanfall 3. Now, what would you want them to take risks with Titanfall, or just releasing it?
Just making the next game. Just taking the chance and making the next game. Like I don't even know. I honestly don't even know what mechanics I would want in Titanfall 3, because I think Titanfall 2 is one of the best shooters in the past. God, was that 2015? Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Like it's one of the best shooters that came out in the past 10 years, but they sabotaged it by putting it alongside, what was it, Battlefield 1?
Something like that.
Like,
Was it 1? Because 1 really wasn't popular.
it still took away from Titanfall, though.
And it's Battlefield.
Did they put it alongside Star Wars?
No.
No.
Titanfall 2.
It was Battlefield. They came out like a week
Which
and a half.
Battlefield?
It was Battlefield 1. They came out like a week and a half apart. Yeah, literally like a week and a half apart. They came out. It's like, why would you release? Like, granted, like, they're not gonna have all the same
And if
people.
that's the case, that means that Call of Duty also came out a little bit further after that.
Yep. Because
So what you do is you drop Titanfall in the beginning of the year, bro. Like you separate it. Battlefield was already trying to compete with Call of Duty. They've always competed with each other. Battlefield would always drop in October, and Call of Duty was always November.
Yeah,
So
Infinite Warfare was literally a week later.
Exactly.
November 4th. Because Titanfall 2 was
Halloween-ish.
October 28th. Yeah, October 28th, and then bam, week later, Call of Duty's out. It's all right, well, play Call of Duty now.
That's why it was cannibalized there. And then the people who have to decide, do I want to play Titanfall or do I want to play Call of Duty? Because, you know, $60 wasn't no small amount of funds to drop. And if you get 2 games, that's 120 right off the nose.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my choice would be the same.
Titanfall?
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I can't even think of any major EA IPs that stand out. You know what? Yes,
I mean, they got Mass Effect 2, but I don't have faith in them doing
that's
it.
BioWare, though. I mean, which is under the EA umbrella.
That's still under EA. Unless somehow they're going to break away or... It's all BioWare.
A friend of mine thinks they they will potentially sell off some companies that they don't utilize much anymore. And my prediction was, like, if they sell BioWare, then Microsoft's picking them up.
I honestly would like Microsoft to pick up Respawn.
But they got Apex. They keep Apex going. They're not going to.
Yeah, they're going to keep. Yeah. Apex, I guess.
Oh boy, tell me what.
Figure one out.
You gonna say Anthem? I was like, you want to say? I was like, you gonna say Anthem? As soon as I say what you gonna say, I knew you were gonna say Anthem. That's BioWare.
It'd be cool to see them do something with Anthem, but yeah,
bro,
I don't have much faith for this move, to be honest with you.
All right? So yes, it's about the move, but it's also not about the move. For me, it's like if they could take those risks, right? What caused Anthem to die? Was it EA and BioWare abandoning Anthem, or was it that Anthem didn't have the systems? Anthem's movement system was on point. It was the Iron Man game that we never got, right? Because
the higher ups shut that down.
That's what I'm saying. Anthem was lacking in end game content and raids and enemy selection. But Destiny 2 has been giving us the same enemies for 15 years with different names and the same looks. Okay, so if people are going to complain about having to fight the same enemies or the same enemy types over and over again, they've been playing Destiny for just about that long. And then they just made a mobile game out. So you can't tell me that there's no way that you could have parsed some success out of Anthem if you would have just kept supporting it. So I think that it was their decision to kill Anthem because they didn't feel like putting anything into it anymore. Because you can't.
I feel like it was from the higher ups.
That's what I'm saying. Their decision, the higher ups, like on the company side. It wasn't that the game wasn't successful. A lot of the lack of successes of the game were because people were waiting for more support to be coming from that game. They promised us this support from the start. If they could take more risks, they could do more with Anthem. They could have started for all I care, you could have started putting out DLC, give me more mechs. You know what I'm saying? You could have made it, there were some fixes that needed to be put in. You could have came out with an Anthem 2. You could still come out with an Anthem 2 and don't give us those promises that we're going to get the Ghost Recon of mech shooters. with Mecha Break and Mecha Break having a success, you could put out a free version of Anthem and then have your little microtransactions for whatever it is that you want to implement. But yes, Anthem is my choice.
Yeah.
So, if they decide that now we've made this big acquisition, we have to cut costs because obviously people need to be paid. So, it's not just an ongoing thing. So, if they got to cut costs, if they got to start trimming down some of the fat, what IPs do you think could suffer? Like, what games are the most at risk? I mean, honestly, the sports games stay. Honestly,
They might actually fire people from that.
They might, but that's EA's bread and butter to me. Sports games, FC 26, FC.
They got college football back.
Yeah, they got college football back. They got Madden. Like you don't cut those. Those are EA's primary money makers. But what other titles from EA do we see besides Battlefield, including Battlefield, that could end up getting cuts? Because they were talking about making annual Battlefields now, which I think that they should stay away from. By far, I think that they should stay away from that. They took their time on this newest one. It looks like it's going to be good. We still don't know what the story looks like. But even Battlefield 4's story fell short. And honestly, for some years, Battlefield had been lacking a story completely because they decided that they wanted to go the Call of Duty route for a while, or the looter shooter or whatever. But most of these games still have a story. Them cutting it, that's not
That's why I miss the Bad Company games. They actually had like dope campaigns for them.
The thing was the single player experience was supposed to be Medal of Honor, but they killed that franchise.
Yeah, but
so you would go to Medal of Honor.
2009, 2010 was terrible.
Yeah, you would go for Medal of Honor for single player.
Worse.
Medal of Honor was strictly for single player, but Battlefield was for multiplayer.
Medal of Honor was EA as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing about Medal of Honor was that Medal of Honor didn't have the freedom to go into current times. You literally just
no. That's why I mean the last one they made was a modern.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't have the freedom. Like, it's not Medal of Honor at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, Battlefield started with 1942.
Yep.
That's the first Battlefield. So 1942, but then after 1942, you start getting more and more modern. Battlefield falls off when they start going into World War I, World War II now. But some of the best-selling Battlefield games were Bad Company, Battlefield 4, Bad Company 2. One of the worst Battlefield games was Battlefield, 5?
Yeah.
Besides 2042, and because 2042 they decided that they wanted to do something completely different. But beyond that, there was also like Battlefield 5, because Battlefield 1 was actually regarded as a good Battlefield game.
What annoys me is like they tried doing postmodern once. That was like the third, fourth major Battlefield 2142, where it was actually like futuristic and stuff like that. You had to like assault enemy warships in the sky. They were like almost like ATSTs from like Star Wars equivalents, and you could use stuff like that. I like that one, but it came out at a time where it's just like, yeah, we can't really do much with this thing at the time because it came out like 2004, so it's like you couldn't really do a lot with it. But it's like if they tried to do that now with the new Frostbite engine, it would probably be crazy.
And they've had time to like work on the Frostbite engine. Remember, Battlefield 4 was like the first iteration of Frostbite that we got. Now they've been working with Frostbite so much, and they've kind of improved Frostbite so much that it's like, yo, this could do the thing. This could be the thing that pushes us over the edge. Now I wonder, will we see any changes from their game development side? Because they're still going to be headquartered in America, even after this buyout. They're not changing like their CEO or anything like that. They're still like their only thing that's changing.
Yeah, I'm just curious what they're going to do because I definitely think they're going to be trimming the fat of some franchises. It's just a matter of what.
They're going to because they spent $55 billion. You don't keep
absolutely. If you spent $55 billion, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I spent $55 billion, the first thing I'm doing, I'm spending $55 billion because I'm thinking it's gonna make me more than $55 billion.
They might,
So,
weird enough, they might cut everything but Madden.
nah,
Mm.
they're not.
Madden makes them a shit ton of money.
Well, they're keeping
Not
Battlefield.
FC is coming. FC is staying too. Soccer is
Well, obviously,
bigger
EA,
in the
they'll
world.
keep EA
Yeah.
Sports. They'll keep EA Sports because now they have that. They'll probably keep Apex. If Apex numbers stay up,
Yeah, so they're gonna keep Respawn.
so they'll keep Respawn. They'll probably keep Battlefield.
The Sims.
That's
There's a chance that they'll keep the Sims. I was gonna say potential hot take. They could drop Need for Speed.
Oh no,
Yeah. They might.
that's
They
crazy.
might drop
They
Need for
don't
Speed.
they don't sell like that anymore. I liked Unbound a lot, but I don't think it sold like that.
Unless the next game comes out with some crazy shit, I'm looking forward to Forza Horizon 6 more than anything in terms of racing wise. I'm just keep it a buck. Like, I don't care about any other racing game right now other than Forza Horizon 6. We're going to Japan, so I know there's gonna be a lot of Japanese cars and potential to have like Chinese EVs and stuff in it, hopefully at launch and not like DLC later on. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Need for Speed. I mean, I like the
I
Need
don't
for
know.
Speed series. I do. It's one of my
I mean,
favorite
Need for
series.
Speed has been sure, we get Forza, right? You get Forza Horizon, you get Gran Turismo. But what other like legacy arcade racing franchises do you have besides something like Forza Horizon?
We don't have anymore. We don't have
We don't.
Rockstar doesn't make Midnight Club anymore.
Nope.
Oh,
They don't make Burnout anymore. They have Criterion making. They made Need for Speed Unbound and Heat and Rivals, like they do that. But like we haven't had a Burnout since the one on the PSP, whatever it was, Dominator, and then they made Burnout Paradise, which isn't a Burnout game.
Namco hasn't made a new Ridge Racer in God knows how long.
Which is crazy. Like that Namco hasn't done that because Bandai Namco got money to be making stuff like that. They can make a new Ridge Racer.
Bandai
The last
Namco
Ridge Racer
has
we
their
had was
money-
Unbounded.
Bandai Namco has their money tied up in way too many things.
True.
If you ask me,
So
like I said, I play Bandai card games, but Bandai is in movie production or like animation production. They're in games. They're in.
listen, you niggas got the money.
card
Go make a new
games,
Ridge
they're in-
Racer.
They're in everything. Like Bandai Namco is literally, and this is without a question, without saying, one of the largest companies in the world when it comes to market cap.
They got money. Go develop a new Ridge Racer. I don't give a damn shit.
Sony is also up there too. Like Sony is way bigger than
Oh, yeah.
anybody realizes and expects. I think
Yeah, they
Bandai
don't just make
Namco
PlayStations, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they make more than PlayStations and TVs, but like when I say Bandai Namco has a market cap that's like crazy because they do toy and hobby, action figures, figure art, stuff like that. So they have a ton of things. Like in addition to having all the anime licenses for
They handle
like
all the
anime
merchandise.
games.
They handle all the merchandise for the Super Sentai and Kamen Rider stuff. So like
Mhm.
all the toys that are made from the shows, Bandai makes all that shit.
You
Every
wanna-
single new Super Sentai / Power Rangers, they make that.
You know Bandai Namco's biggest money making franchise?
Kamen Rider?
Dragon Ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can see that.
Second,
One Piece?
Gundam.
Oh. Yeah, true.
Third is One Piece.
Where the hell's Kamen Rider fit on that list?
I don't know. That's
Does
actually
Bandai own Kamen Rider?
I
I don't think they own.
think Toei. Hold on, let me look this up. Nah, I gotta check my shit.
Toei owns it.
So Toei owns it, but they do make the merchandise for Kamen Rider.
right. So Bandai might have merchandising. but that
Oh,
means that
no, the
it's
company called ADK. Sorry, Asatsu DK.
okay.
Okay, so ADK makes.
So
I think
you
it's
got to
joint
think about
owners?
like, so Bandai might have distribution licenses, but
Mhm.
they might not have the actual, you know what I'm saying? But like Bandai has media rights, licensing, all of that stuff for the other stuff like Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
I believe Demon Slayer is something that's also associated with Bandai right now.
Oh, Bandai sponsors those shows.
Hmm.
From what I'm reading under here, they sponsor Kamen Rider, they sponsor Super Sentai, while also making the toys for it. So
Yes. So that's their toys.
yeah,
And because they're not worldwide, like Gundam is a big moneymaker because that stuff sells here.
yeah,
Dragon Ball the same.
yeah.
Shirts, toys, like
Games.
all kinds of merchandise, games, all of that. So those are big moneymakers for Bandai Namco. Bandai. So like cards, even like there's now a Dragon. There's now 2 Dragon Ball card games currently running, and a Gundam card game currently running. Like, so when it comes to toy and hobby division, big moneymaker. Separate from their gaming division. Bandai is tied up in a lot of stuff. I don't know if they're gonna change much of anything that they do because notice that they keep dipping into the same pot. Like they keep dipping their pen for different projects in the same ink. It's the same game. I didn't when I first so when Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm first came out, I didn't know how many times I was going to be playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I didn't know I was going to be playing My Hero Ultimate Ninja Storm, Demon Slayer Ultimate Ninja Storm, One Punch Man Ultimate Ninja Storm, and any other anime game.
Fire
I didn't
Force
know that
Ultimate Ninja Storm.
I didn't know that every anime game was going to turn into Ultimate Ninja Storm.
It's so bad.
So annoying.
Like, I thought that we were gonna get stuff like, you know, Fighter Z, where with the arc system works. I thought we were.
That's what I want. That's what every anime fighter should just be.
But
that.
See, I can't say that either.
I'm not gonna say every, but
like at the same time, like
appropriately.
I thought we were gonna get like real adventure games. You know what I'm saying? Like how One Piece Odyssey was, or you know, the One Piece does some weird stuff, but they didn't do a One Piece Ninja Storm. They didn't.
Like, why do we not have like a Bleach turn-based RPG? That'd be dope.
We don't have a Bleach anything.
We have Bleach Devil May Cry.
We had a Bleach. We had Bleach Soul Resurrection, which was essentially a Dynasty Warriors Bleach game, but
which is a dope idea.
It was watered down. Well, it watered down a little too much.
They didn't let Koei make it, right?
I don't think
it was not Koei. It was not Wu Omega Force. It was not done by the people who do Dynasty Warriors. It was not done by the same people who do.
Ooh, see, I don't want it. I don't want to stop made by them.
That's why they were smart when they did Dynasty Warriors Gundam. They had W Force make it.
They had Wu Omega Force make Dynasty Warriors Gundam, which is why Dynasty Warriors Gundam was such a hit.
Can we get another one? Like, there's so many series that have happened now. Like, can we? Come on.
Yeah, we need Dynasty Warriors Gundam 4, like ASAP.
Yeah, which Mercury now, you got G-Quux. Like, there's been so many series that have happened since the last one. Come on. Give me something new.
It's been 14 years since Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. It hurts.
I mean, if Bandai just wants to make more Gundam money, all you gotta do is just re-release another fucking Gundam.
As a matter of fact, you don't even have to call it Dynasty Warriors Gundam 4. You just, you know, you can call it Super Gundam Wars for all I care.
Yep, and just slap Gundam Unicorn on the front because that seems to be like the highest selling fucking Gundam.
And you know what? There is one Gundam that will sell the franchise no matter what you put it in.
Mark 78-2?
Burning Gundam.
Over Wing, though? Over Wing Zero? Endless Waltz?
Yeah.
Really? Wait, Burning... Hold on. Is Burning really... No. Hold on. I need to see like actual data that proves that burning is the most popular. Over like over
your chat?
unicorn?
You see your chat?
Hold on.
Fam, I play the Gundam card game, and Wing is literally a starter deck, and it was in the first set. And there are people who still tell me, I'm gonna wait till G Gundam comes in, and then I'm gonna get it. I promise you, like when G Gundam come in, I'm buying like a metric ton.
I'm gonna buy something to start getting banned from tournaments. I'm gonna just start quoting the show.
Burning Gundam.
I love me some G Gun, but I did not think that too. As many times as
as soon as some G Gundam cards come out and that Shining Finger cards come out, I'm gonna have a little mini speaker. I'm gonna play that Shining Finger.
I'm telling you.
He's like, you gotta do this every time, man.
Yes, yes. And I bet you they're gonna make little sound loaders, and the sound loader is gonna be able to put a card in there, so or a token, because right now they make these little, so they have starter decks that have these little token figures that you they're Gunpla that you can build, but they go into they're coming out with a tabletop game that's like a D&D style or like a Warhammer type game. So they have paintable figures, but you build them, you paint them, or whatever. And right now you can get some of the starter decks with some of these figures. And I bet you they're gonna come with ones that have like the sound on them, because One Piece already has sound loaders that play like the intro music. If they did that and they put key lines from the show, like come on, bro, with this finger.
What's so weird though to me is, as quote unquote popular as G Gundam is, they don't give a flying fuck about the model kits though. There's like barely any new re-engineered kits from G Gundam currently.
Bro,
there was a great Burning Gundam like in the past couple years.
There is a Burning Gundam model.
I think they did a real grade. They did a real grade.
They don't make
Shiny
kits.
Gundam?
I just saw a real it wasn't even a Gunpla kit. It was literally a figure with like interchangeable hands and weapons and all that stuff. It was like $600
Of Burning Gundam?
I'll send it. I'll show you exactly what it looked like, because
Like I said, they don't do that, but they'll give you like 5,000 iterations of fucking Unicorn.
absolutely.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. I just hate how many goddamn kits Unicorn has. Why? We don't need that many.
Actually, look, I was on Gundam Planet. They have a new 30th anniversary God Gundam Burning Gundam kit.
Wing is on their 30th anniversary right now, and they're making a ton of like 30th anniversary stuff.
What? Like, are they? The rumor has it is that they're going to be doing something wing-wise, but that may be a new anime, but they're not saying. But I don't know, something like that. It's confusing.
Yeah, so I don't know either. So that 30th anniversary God Gundam and God Gundam 2 Burning Gundam, that is literally the exact kit that I was just sending you photos of. It's $450. So it's not $600, it's $450. But still, $450. It's a Tamashii kit. So it's not, and it's coming in January. It's not even a buildable.
Wait, is it
It is pre-assembled, no assembly.
It's a metal build Tamashii.
It is.
Oh yeah. Metal builds are always expensive as hell. Yeah. Those bankrupt you. Any metal build will just straight up.
And we got a 1/8 scale Domo to go with it. That's cost $200.
1/8 scale is pretty big to me.
Ooh, they got the new Ronin Warrior shit for pre-order too.
The question going further into this EA acquisition is, do you think that EA is going to double down on live service microtransactions, or do you think they're going to reinvest back in the single player game? They've had some bangers in the past. And the new Dragon Age game was kind of a miss because it tried to be a little too correct, I guess. Tried to be a little too.
I think the problem is,
woke, but it's not woke.
I think the problem is that I think a lot of franchises are going to take hits because the new owners have already said like we're like fully like leaning into AI and what AI can do for us. So it's like, oh man, so we'll be cutting some corners on some stuff. So we'll see how it's going to be in terms of game.
Mhm.
So here's my thing. This is about to be really. I have two stances on AI. So I feel like I'm on both sides of the line. I'm for it in ways where you use it like a help. I'm against it in ways where you use it to replace people. So I think that allowing people to utilize AI to clean up their code, fine. But utilizing AI to write the code is a no-no.
That's a toss up. It's so randomized. It's just like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you run your code through an AI and say, scan this for me and make sure that you can take out any kind of errors or bugs or whatever, fine. Or clean up any spelling mistakes, etc. Like, essentially, we've been using AI and spell check for ages. You know what I'm saying? But, like, just make sure that this is a valid functioning code. And if you update your code, because notice that when you get bug fixes in some games and they update code, it causes new bugs. But if that would help us be less buggy while still allowing someone to be creative and someone to actually write out code and make sure, you know what I'm saying, and kind of add their own flair to different things to make sure that one interaction happens here and somebody still has a job, I'm for that.
But here's the thing: you wouldn't be implementing that if you had the the idea of keeping more staff around. I think it's going to be so they can cut corners and cut
Which I
jobs out.
understand, which is why I said I'm on both sides of it. I'm not for utilizing
Yeah, like
AI.
I'm not full anti AI, but like it's been
There are
kind of
people
proven.
who are full anti AI because the first thing you hear from these people are it's bad for the environment, which again,
It's true. That's true. That's
again
not
that's
disputable. There's factual evidence of that
what I'm
because of
saying
how much
is
water is used,
right. But
and our electric bills are expensive because of that.
again, water is also a renewable resource, fortunately. But what I
Drinkable
will
water, not so much. You can't just find drinkable. You can't just drink the ocean, can you? It's not drinkable water, is it?
no, when
There
I
is
say
a
water,
finite amount of drinkable water
right. When
that
I
you can
say that
siphon
water
out.
is a renewable resource, I don't necessarily mean like we're like all right. So when water is used, right? Water is utilized for anything. What happens in water's processes?
You cut out.
Hold on 1 second. Let me fix this. I was saying when water is used, when water is utilized for various things, what happens in water's processes?
It evaporates.
Right. When it evaporates, what does it turn into? It turns into steam.
Condensation. Yeah.
Steam then turns into water. Water is always cyclical. Whether it's drinkable
Yeah.
or not is different.
Yeah, but the thing
Purification
is though, is
methods, things.
if the water is being used up more than it's being replenished, like through rain, right? Like if you use more water than it's raining,
Yes.
you're not replenishing the water. You're just using more of it because
Right.
droughts are becoming more of a commonplace thing in a lot of areas.
Which is also why I don't dispute it. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that the usage of water is a renewable resource. The fact that it's renewable, it's not like a fossil fuel where you're digging it out of the earth and it's gone when it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like water is replenishable. Like it'll change where it goes, and that's how you get droughts, or you're using too much of it, et cetera, et cetera. Like rain isn't coming as fast as you're using it up. Completely fair. I'm not saying that AI is not bad for the environment. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing that. What I'm saying is that they are still making headway into efficiency to make it better on the environment. Now, while that happens, the cooling for it is the worst thing that you can have from the environment. Whereas when you have things like lithium and cobalt being mined by children, there are bigger fights to fight right now. I just am not a fan of utilizing like we're still in early stages of all of that. I don't want AI to take over humans. I don't want AI to try to be, something that learns to be better than us and it's a human more than a human can. I don't want AI robots just walking around doing everything for me because I don't want them to take away my freedom of being a person. At the same time, I do like little tidbits of AI here and there to help with everyday life. I don't want it to replace me.
Yeah, like it can be used as a tool here and there. But
That's
the
what
problem
I'm
is
saying.
that the temptation is always there by these
Exactly, and that's the problem.
CEOs.
Everybody
to
wants to
just
go
say,
full
"Hey,
tilt.
Why do I need you to do this? The AI can do it," which
Right,
we've
which
been
is
proven time and time again. The AI cannot replace
well,
a human.
that's going to be the thing.
Currently, it cannot.
Even when it can, it can't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's also a thing. So even when
that game
we
I
get to a
showed you.
point when it can, it just can't.
Yeah, like that game I showed you that looks like every mashup of every game ever clearly has AI voices, and you hear that, and it's just like, oh my god, I don't think I could sit through a game that had full AI voices doing every single scene of dialogue. Like, dude, no, hire people off of Fiverr.
Remember when I complained about Mecha Break when it was in its like last beta because the voice was obviously AI.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way AI reads is they don't read how a person would read, so it doesn't sound like
they
a
don't
person
read
talking.
like how people do. They don't have that inflection.
Correct. It doesn't sound like it doesn't even space out your words. So.
Oh yeah, are you ready to go, pilot? Right now.
Correct. Exactly.
What?
Let us get in our mechs and go down the street. So.
Will it probably get better? Probably.
Maybe.
I would rather you hire people who do this for a living.
Absolutely.
It's one thing. Here's my thing. I can understand a indie studio who does not have the resources. And the most affordable thing for them is probably the use of AI for certain things, right? I can make a case for that. I can understand it. I don't understand a multi-billion-dollar company going all in on something. You got the resources, so you don't have the excuse. You have the resources to do higher quality, hire people that are suited for that job, as opposed to a small indie studio that doesn't have that, or a one-person creator. You know what I mean?
I can see a company soon going full AI.
Oh yeah, you know it's gonna happen.
And
if it hasn't already,
when that game launches, it failing.
Oh yeah. They
move far from it. Far away from it. So
it's gonna be laughably bad. Laughably bad.
I'm about to say laughably black is
It's gonna be laughably black. It's gonna be laughably bad. Yes. Like historically bad.
And the first company to try to fully do it is going to be the example. So whether they do it successfully and it's good, or whether they do it horribly and it's bad, but whatever the first company is that does it, it's literally going to set the pace.
And the sad thing is about this is that people are going to lose their jobs. This EA thing, it's people are going to get laid off. There's no way around that.
At this point, Microsoft has laid off 9% of their.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things where it's just gonna get worse.
And here's the thing: if anyone thinks that we're not gonna get higher game prices and microtransactions pumped out the wazoo from EA, you are blind, because that is going to happen. They spent $55 billion on EA. They're going to make that money back somehow. And the only way they're going to make that money back, microtransactions and possibly spiking that price up to like $80.
I mean, you could develop single-player games and just put DLCs. If you can do more.
Yeah, they'll just fleece the Sims community like they've already been doing.
Yeah, you fleece the Sims community because you stopped charging for the game.
Like, oh yeah, the game's free to play. Oh, by the way, there's like over $1,000 worth of DLC for it.
Dead or Alive? Anybody?
Yeah, I was about to say Dead or Alive. What was it? $1,300 DLC costumes total you can
That
get.
was what? Let me see. Is that still? Hold on.
That's still the thing.
If you go to DOA 6 on Steam, like the DLC page just scrolls forever.
All right, 466.
If you get the base game
What?
for $10, okay, that's
So
Does the deluxe edition have all the stuff?
460. Yes, 461.
there's no
DLC
edition of
pack.
DOA that actually has everything. If
Nope.
you want me to be honest.
Hold on. Let me.
Just go to the DOA 6 page on Steam and just look down at the content for this game. There's 461 different stories.
There's no option to buy it all.
No.
Nope,
Why?
because they're assholes.
Because they don't want anybody to see that number when they go to select buy all. Because it would turn into a literal news article.
Bro, is the game even good enough to warrant all that DLC? God damn.
The season passes alone, when they're not on sale, range from $90, $80, $80, $90 for the different.
Is the game good
Each?
enough? Hustle. It's 3D boobs and booty. Does it
That's
have to be
cool.
good? Swimsuits. Does it have to be good?
So weren't you spending, yo,
With
if you spend
magical physics.
bro, if you're spending over thousands of dollars in Dead or Alive 6 just to get costumes, you got a problem. And
You
you
wanna
bet
know-
like no. I'm gonna say this. If you spent thousands of dollars in Dead or Alive 6 for the costumes alone, you better be the best Dead or Alive 6 player, because there ain't no reason you spent all that money on Dead or Alive 6.
Do you want to know one of the biggest mobile games? One of the biggest gacha games of 2025 right now?
What?
One of.
What?
Uma Musume.
Horse Girl Simulator.
Horse Girl Racing. Very large game. It is a very well received, very popular. It was highly played,
This is weird, bro. They
and
all
it
look
makes
like-
money. No, the game is actually pretty good, but like the game is literally a training simulator,
Mhm.
and you're running through the story mode over and over again, just trying to train to get higher positions. You know, you're
Can't
going
do the
down
gacha
different training
things.
routes, etc. You don't actually. You're supposed to try to get the cards and not the characters. But people spend money on stuff. I'm a gacha game player. It is what it is.
I can't.
I'm very much free to play for the most part. There are very few gacha games that I'll spend money on, and at this point, if I ever do spend money, I'm not spending like $100. I'm not a whale. I'm spending like $10 every, I don't know, once a year, every 6 months, something like that. You know, $20, something like that. I'm not buying into every game. I'm not whaling on it.
Bro,
Yeah.
I would rather. I don't know. I think at this point, I'd rather just a game come out full price. 'Cause it just feels like if I'm playing a free to play game, eventually I'm spending more money,
You are.
or the game is tempting you to spend more
Potentially.
money than the actual cost of a game.
It depends on how
I
it's
just
done.
can't
There
rock
are
with
some
that.
games that are less like gotcha mechanic-y, where they still have the gotcha system where you want to get more characters, but you don't
Mhm.
need to actually spend into them. And I've played quite a few games like that. Like
There's only like a few free to play games where I'm just like, okay, that doesn't feel like I'm getting fleeced.
Right.
Like Fortnite. All that shit's cosmetic. You don't need to buy anything in Fortnite. I mean, I don't think you should walk
but-
around with a default skin because you look kind of buns in it, but like,
which is how they get you. So that's very much so you feel like you're getting fleeced.
you can buy like one skin if you want.
I do gotta get them dappling skins.
And the dances. Fleeced
Yeah,
anybody?
but come on. Who out
Fleeced
here spending
anybody?
thousands of dollars on Fortnite like that?
Excuse me? Did you just finish that sentence? That's like saying that's like me saying I ain't spent $1,000 in League of Legends over the years. Definitely have.
All right.
I just recently started playing Wild Rift again on my phone. Just because I don't want to be trapped to the computer and
Rather
having
no.
keyboard
I'll
and
say
mouse,
this. No,
so-
free to play is fine. I think it's gotcha where it's like
I don't even know. Sometimes the
That
gotcha system works,
sucks.
sometimes it doesn't. Because
Sometimes,
it's
yeah.
not even like they're like the games where they don't make it all about the gotcha and I have to get you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you have a free to play like friendly gotcha game, it works. This light is one of those games where it's like I don't spend my money on pulls. I spend my money on like passes or like when they do like a season pass type of thing. Pokemon Unite. They make you want to spend your money on characters, but they also get you on the season pass type thing. Like and it's not a gotcha because you know exactly what you're going for. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to get coins, like it's a free game, but you might spend $20 to get this one character that you're gonna use. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, that's wild.
I'm throwing random.
No, but I know
I
that
don't
people
know.
have spent 20 to. I know people who played Genshin that probably spent like $100 trying to get one
Well,
character. And it's just like,
Genshin
bro,
is different because with Pokemon Unite, you're selecting the character.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not a random. I get this character. Like you're gonna put your money in. You're gonna, go to the store and be like, hey, I want this character, and they're gonna give you said character. That's not a gotcha. Genshin is
I mean,
a gotcha.
I like
And
things like
Genshin's gotchas are I'm gonna pull and pull and pull and pull and pull, and they know you're gonna pull for this character, but they're giving you a ton of weapons that you don't want.
yeah. I like things like the rivals in Overwatch method of like, hey, the core gameplay characters are all unlocked. Well, now with Overwatch, they didn't do that at first. They used to lock them behind a battle pass, but now all future characters are unlocked for free. I like that method of like all the characters are unlocked. The only thing you're paying for is cosmetics. That's
Right.
it.
Which
You
is
want
cool.
this cool skin or battle pass that has cool skins in it? Cool. Why not?
And I'm gonna be honest, that works with Overwatch style games because now you have this plethora of characters that you use, and when you have all of these different characters that you can use, everybody has access to them, so nobody's paywalled out. Games that are paywalled or like look at the Diablo mobile game. That was wildly predatory.
Yep.
That was bad. Oh my
I
that-
god.
remember. I
And
remember.
that
what was
wasn't
it?
a gotcha.
But that preyed on people's craziest addictions. That Diablo, what was it? The guy the first day spent $100,000 to max out all of his gear.
But that's what I'm saying. That wasn't a gotcha.
You know what pissed me off about that too is that they had two really cool, unique classes in that they never brought to Diablo 4. I was like, dude, you have a fucking vampire class that we don't get in Diablo 4?
And yet it wasn't even a gotcha. So that's what I'm saying. Just because it's a gotcha doesn't mean it has to be predatory. There are different gotchas that do different systems, and not all of them are extremely predatory. So, like, just because we hear gotcha, I don't encourage being turned off. If you want to play mobile games, play mobile games. You figure out what's for you and what is not. Now, with that being said, we've gone through a lot of information this week. We spent a lot of time with you, and we can't keep you guys hostage forever. So what we're going to do is we're going to move to closing out. We've gone over Nintendo and their bullshit. We've gone over EA and the changes that we may see to come. We already know that Ubisoft has split off their company and sold half of their company or sold their major IPs to another, like their own split off or their own like new startup. So there are different things that are coming about the gaming industry, and we might see some weird and interesting changes over the next couple of years. I'm sure as long as Start Button is with you, we're going to keep you informed on anything that comes up. But for the most part, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, if you guys have any kind of feedback, feel free to hit us up in the comments. Feel free to hit us up in Discord. If you know us personally, you can find us again on Instagram. Our handles are right below our pictures, right below our box. So again, always feel free to hit us up with any questions, anything that it is that you might have. And again, if you have topics in the future, you can always bring those to us too, and we'll try to incorporate those into our future shows. For now, I will bid you farewell, and I want to say thank you for joining us. And as always, if there's ever anything that you want to achieve, all you got to do is press the start button. Peace.
Peace.
Later, y'all.